Okay, here we go. We got the new moon in Sagittarius. Can you see the aura? Can you see the energy just leaking out of me? That's for excitement. This is a beautiful time for enthusiasm to pull through. Not because of the cliche enthusiasm and optimism of Sagittarius energy, though there are many things linked to it. So I'm going to help you understand more deeply where some of that enthusiasm is resulting in being sourced from, but also what is leading us towards. There are 5 critical factors on this new moon in Sagittarius happening at 20 degrees in Western tropical astrology, or 26 degrees more in 2024, okay, January 2024. In sidereal Vedic astrology, it'll be happening around 26 degrees. So this is a part of my excitement. Right now, all of the Vedic readings are sold out, so that's really exciting. But I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna help you out. This is your Astro Shaman Pernell Bobby, asking you all to hit the thumbs up and the likes button early as I give you these 5 critical factors of this new moon in Sagittarius, how you want to utilize this energy. Okay, I'm going to give you a brief overview of my 5, and that's going to be me talking about the Mercury Retrograde, which happens right at the start of this new moon in Sagittarius in Western tropical astrology. You have Neptune going direct pretty much at the time that I'm recording this. All right, I'm going to help you understand that and what your dreams have been trying to inform you a little bit more. All right, we then have the last quarter moon, which happened pretty much right at the same time of this planet going direct. So last quarter moon was in Virgo, and Virgo was pretty much in opposition to what? Neptune and Pisces. So that really matters, and that's coming in with the Chitra Nakshatra. All right, this new moon in Sagittarius actually is activating the Purva Ashadha. Okay, and this is really cool. All right, I'm freaking pumped. That's why y'all need to hit the thumbs up on the likes button. If you're feeling the energy, just drop a battery down in the chat. If you're feeling the energy just leaking out of me. All right. And then my 5th thing that I have for y'all is critical. It's going to be Human Design Gate. It's also called the Channel of Surrender. So this is Gate 26 in Human Design, Gene Key 26, as well as Gene Key 24 in our genetic bio makeup. Everything I just said, as much as they seem like these very different systems, is a lot of what Sagittarius new moon is all about. So without further ado, let's go ahead, let's dive into it. And I want to say thank you for being here. Hit the thumbs up, hit the likes button. If you're brand new and you rocking with the energy early, hit the subscription, because we're going on a brand new journey. Look at that, we got our bee in the building. We got a bee full of abundance, the alchemical representation of the ram, along with much more. All right, so before we go any further, we got to tell you about the Sacred Innovators reality. This is 8 weeks worth of mentorship from myself, as well as Eileen, the Mexican Bruja. We're going to be walking you through. I'm going to take one Saturday. She'll take the next Saturday. I'll take one Saturday. So you have 2 different forms of leadership. You see the B right there, the masculine and the feminine coming together, and we're going to help you in your entrepreneurial efforts and dreams. One of the ways you can do this on a long term, a lot of the Astro Economy membership has been really shaping towards gearing towards specifically entrepreneurs. All right, so we'll kind of get into that in a second, but this 8-week reality, you'll see a form down below that says a free registration form. If you go ahead and take the time to fill that out, it'll help us better understand how can we support y'all in your entrepreneurial endeavors. So without further ado, we'll talk about that a little bit more later. Let's get into it now. All right, so I'm not going to talk too much about this. I'm just going to refer you to my Mercury retrograde video, because I already talked about it. But Mercury is in Capricorn, a sign that really is methodical, wants to be the best, looking to be at the top and be known and reputable for something. We'll go backwards into Sagittarius, okay, which will help you really cover up all your tracks as for where has your vision been so diverse where you wanted to ignore that diversity and try to think, okay, in order for me to focus, I have to look at this one super goal and this one talent and move forward. It's like, no, we want you to use that diversity, which kind of brings me a little bit to Purva Ashadha, which is one of the nakshatras of this new moon. Okay, this new moon in sidereal astrology is in Purva Ashadha. That's a constellation in the sky. Okay, and this constellation is asking you to use the enthusiasm of your diversity, right? So you may look at all your diverse talents, all your diverse skills, and think this is too much. I gotta cut it all down and really kind of focus and hone in on what's most important. And I'm going to tell you already, as one of the main critical things, that's not what you're here to do. What you need to do up front is take a very sincere look at what are all your diverse talents. Okay, One of your talents could be the fact that you're an artist and you can draw. The next is that you can sing. Okay. The next is that you have a talent for plants and cultivating nature. And that talent with the singing, with the drawing, with the X, Y, and Z talents, okay, with my ability to write and type things out and word things into a blog very beautifully, all these talents are asking you to find a way for them to come together. And that's what this new moon in Sagittarius is really all about. It's think Jupiter and think why Cancer exalts. Okay, this nakshatra is all about the community, the tribe, and it's actually all a feminine power. Apam is the goddess that's associated with this energy. Apam, A-P-A-M, with a little accent extra somewhere. And this goddess is a water goddess, which does represent the nurturing and the softness and the ability to make you feel to experience grace and calmness, but by using the people of the tribe. You have one woman that can weave clothes, another guy who's a blacksmith, you have another person who can, cook like no other. It's like using all those diverse talents within the community and finding ways to essentially, with this last quarter moon, which is kind of really one of my a different point. So one critical factor is this Purva Ashadha Nakshatra, which is happening, and I'm going to explain more about that. But I'm going to move a little bit into the last quarter moon. The last quarter moon was in Virgo, and it's like, look, can you take documentation of all of the assets that you do have? Okay, you have X, Y, and Z for assets. You have this amount of money. You have a home that you can record your YouTube videos out of, right? You have a microphone that you can then speak into to get clean, clear audio. All right. What are all the assets that you have? As you, with this last quarter moon, take inventory of that and really kind of let go of what may be considered neuroticism or perfectionism, as for, I need to make this product the best before I move forward. It's like, no, actually, you just need to accept that this is a form of sensual brilliance. Sensual brilliance is really coming in and being like, look, when I touch this, piece of paper as it's one of my assets, I realized that, wow, this was only 10 cents, but the quality of paper is as if it was worth $20. So how can I, take this paper, which is a little bit used, a little stuff blue in the back, but maybe I just go, okay, I take that off. All right, the next page is still a little dirty because it bled through. Okay, let me get rid of that, and then maybe just one more. And then now, the first 3 papers had this blue on there, but now I have this high quality paper, and I can reverse engineer and use this. I can architect this. And this last quarter moon, which is really one of my 5, is about being the architect. Okay, an architect has what they have as for resources and tools. They have a budget to build this home, and you maybe not going to get any more because, again, we're in the winter solstice time frame, which again is more closer to my Mercury Retrograde video, which is one of my 5 critical points. So check out my Mercury Retrograde video. All right, you have what you have. You're not going to gain more. How can you use what you have in the most useful manner? All right, and without focus on perfection, because this won't allow you to let what is creative about your project to be informed by what brings you a sense of sensual pleasure, joy, and arousal, okay, for that thing that you're building. It's like, I love building what I'm building. Let's say I'm an entrepreneur. I've been building resources and taking all my diverse talents. I'm like, okay, look, I am a dream specialist. I know how to work with dreams very well. I looked at this and began to structure and shape and form it and create. Now, I put all that stuff up on my website. The website has been completely revanished. I don't know what the word is called. Repurposed and designed in a new and creative way. But I've also added things that I've been most afraid of, which a lot of what this new moon in Sagittarius is asking you to manifest. Is asking you to use this enthusiasm that you hear in my voice. This aura is really because of my excitement. Use your sense of pride, which is kind of coming to maybe my 3rd or 4th critical factor of this new moon. Pride. Pride has been demonized, but having a sense of pride in your work is one of the most powerful things that you can have. If you don't have a healthy sense of pride in your work, you have no reason to want to sell it. You feel me? So because you love your work, you actually want to sell it, and you can sell it from a place of what can be considered heart marketing. And heart marketing is essentially you really love what you do. You wouldn't do it or produce it if you did it, unless you were doing it for greedy means and wanted to only take the money and only take the status and the wealth and the fame that comes with creating X product. That will be your shadow forms of the pride, yes. But the more positive sides of the pride is to really look at it and go, hey, you know what? I believe in what I'm doing. And so that kind of takes me to maybe my fourth or fifth point as for one of the critical things happening on this new moon in Sagittarius. One of the fifth points is the channel of surrender. Surrender equates to you really requiring and relying on a team and having synarchy within the team's dynamic. Now, at a genetic and biological level, on gate 44 human design, this is your ability to smell. So, it's funny, over the last couple months, which kind of goes to maybe my third or second point. I don't know, I'm out of order with this, with the Neptune going direct in Pisces. With it going direct, we're able to see our escapist tendencies as well as see what we have been dreaming about and what has been foggy and unclear about that dream. And the last quarter moon in Virgo brought all of the distinct clarity and the precise details of here's what we have and how we're going to move forward and basically be the architect, build this product, build this home, build this entrepreneur business, build this structure, build through the data that we have accumulated without perfection, but sensual brilliance, and accepting that this is what is creative and lovely about what's unique on me that I learned because of my introspection from Neptune being in its retrograde process going direct at the same time as this new moon in Sagittarius. All of that is bringing me back to, okay, what is one of my talents, my innate skills and abilities? Well, my biological sense to smell. When I walk by people on the streets, a lot of time I go, and I'm literally making sure that the smell does not go in my body. So I'll see a beautiful woman walk by me sometimes, right? I'm walking, I'm like, wow, like visually she is beautiful. And as she walks by me, I find myself scenting out. I'm not connecting with her. She's not a part of the tribe. She does not stand on the values and the morals that I stand on. She doesn't represent the things that matter to me. She actually is a distraction. She is somebody that will destroy the things that I have been creating in this lifetime, this incarnation, in this reality. Versus if somebody has an aroma that is pleasing and brings you a sense of arousal and pleasure and excitement and makes you feel alive and enthusiastic and makes you want to connect and, dine and wine with the person. Now it's like, this is the person who's a part of my tribe. So me, for example, running a membership, like when I you'll start developing a smell for who are the type of people that you want in the membership and who has a pheromonal scent that is quite frankly disgusting and repulsive. If you find that smell is repulsive, when you continue to progress this biological ability, this biological innate and talent of when you smell the pheromones of a person that you want to mate with or connect with or build with or sell and trade with, you'll realize that I don't have to be in face to face with this person. Because a lot of people in my membership, let's be honest, a lot of people come to my retreat, a lot of people buy my products, they don't live in Mexico. They don't even live in the States. They don't even live in Europe. They don't even live in Asia. They live all over the place. And this is Sagittarius crossing boundaries and borders. This is Neptune and Pisces crossing boundaries and borders. So on this new moon, when you start focusing on manifestations, really think about what you're afraid to do most. What are you most afraid of? Look at that thing, take a sincere look at it, feel into it, and see what it smells like. Feel into the smell. Feel into the pheromones. Does this feel attractive to you? Would you mate with this energy? Would you literally create babies with this energy? Which is Virgo's ability to discern, which went in the last quarter moon in Virgo, right before, while Neptune's going direct and Mercury's going retrograde, allowing our mind to go back and realize, fecundity. Okay, my ability to nurture and grow and raise children. Whether it's a creative project, your architectural design, X, Y, and Z that we spoke about, right? So this gate of channel surrender is like, are you prepared? All right, let me take a moment to check my notes, right? So this channel of surrender, gate 26 and gate 24, gate 44, gate 26 in gate 44. Gene key 26 is Sagittarius. It's in the heart center. Okay. So again, that's why I said heart marketing. Like you feel like you have this gate 26 is Sagittarius and has the ability to sell anything to anybody. Okay. And it is literally actually doing so in a manipulative manner. Now, in the shadow frequencies, this manipulation is for superficial realities. Okay. Flat out wealth, money, fame, the name, X, Y, and Z, the girls, the guys, the lifestyle, whatever. But at the high frequencies, when you have that healthy sense of pride and esteem in your work, it's actually now manipulating people saying, look, I'm selling this product. I want y'all to come to this 8-week Sacred Innovators reality. But at the same time, I really believe in my work. I'm telling you that I can get you to go full-time as an entrepreneur. If that is interesting to you, then you go sign up that registration form. There's no reason for you not to. Quite frankly, I feel like you're foolish by not doing it because it's free to sign up on the form. That helps us understand more deeply how can I support you from the heart space. Right? So this is the healthy sense of pride in a project that I really believe in. You feel me? Versus, yo, just sign up for because I'm going to make a buck and I'm going to forget about you. This is all about community, tribe, and economy. Running an actual economy, running a membership. I'm out here to recruit people who smell good. And when I say smell good, we have people doing business with each other in the economy. And that's what an economy is. It's like they're not even conducting deals with me. They just exist within the network and they have connection with the other people. Right? You feel me? And so for me, this is a product I'm like, I can get behind it. I can sell this. Now, what this is kind of saying is gate 44, gene key 44, Scorpio, on the other side is asking you, are you prepared for the interference of other people going through their egoic battles within themselves? Right? So when you're in balance, you are prepared to deal with that interference. And you can find reasons behind these interferences in your business and your ability to sell X, Y, and Z product, your ability to collect and connect with a team, with a tribe, with an economy, okay, with a village in a watery way where you use water like compassion, gentle nature, nurturing abilities, right? Receptivity, being receptive to what is being sold. A lot of this is about selling. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's a time frame where when you're out of balance on this, really what you're doing is you're starting to censor your memories, but in a way where you're ignoring how you can develop with this enthusiasm. And essentially what you're doing is you're going backwards by staying the same. Staying the same equated to following the status quo. So Jupiter is really associated with our memory, karmic memory, through lineage and through ley lines is one way to get through these memories, but also through your incarnations, where you can incarnate. You do incarnate in multiple realms of reality simultaneously, but it's being able to tap into these other carnations and realize like how to censor the proper memories, where maybe because Scorpio has a memory, while Venus is in Scorpio, gate 44 is Venus in Scorpio. So while Venus is in Scorpio during this new moon in Sagittarius, it has distrust from time frames when it did conduct business and commerce, and it connected with a bad representative, someone who only cared about the power for themselves. And this is in the nakshatra called Jeshta. And it's like it cares all about power, and it will usurp the king to become the king itself. Even if it's not able to handle all that power, it will then try to align with allies where the allies are under their thumb rather than being able to work with them. Right? And so this doesn't work on the long term. You will always remain fearful because you understand how you obtain power was through usurping the person, through taking the crown, but in an immoral way, not rightfully so, right? In an unjust way, which this Sagittarius energy, ruled by Jupiter, doesn't respect it. You feel me? So what we have that's beautiful is Mercury is going through a trine. Mercury in Capricorn in this retrograde is trining Jupiter in Taurus, which again is those morals. You're allowed to supersede the ancestral trauma of when your great grandmama did business as an entrepreneur on the Black Wall Street during that time frame. Her business was destroyed, but again, unrightful, in an unjust way. And without any morals, they just took down Black Wall Street, a thriving community for Black people. So me as a Black man, it's like I'm now distrusting doing business with other people because I have this memory, karmically speaking, that's ingrained into me. This gate and this channel surrender is actually to surrender that stuff and realize that this is the shadow frequency. You can move above and beyond that towards synarchy, where everyone contributes in the tribe equally so. And this is the power of this chakra, going back to Purva Ashadha, which is, again, ruled by a water goddess. So Sagittarius is a fire sign, yes, but it is surrounded in Jupiter by Cancer and Pisces. You feel me? These are two very delicate signs. Water can be destructive, and it could be a tsunami, and it can drown you. And yes, that's possible. But this is when Sag is using the shadow frequencies to censor his memory through shame and through guilt from, again, a karmic memory that's not present in this life. You kind of let that stuff go, right? So what I have here. So with this, in this gate 26, in this heart center, you have the ability to now evaluate people. What did I write? Evaluate people. You can choose and market your products to the right people, and you do expect that you'll be supported in the process. Now, this expectation is not necessarily bad. Okay, you shouldn't attach to it overly, but it's not necessarily bad. And people may think of this as, oh, this is very egoic, like you should expect people to, it's like, no, you really believe in what you're selling, and you're selling a great product. You feel me? Like, I just put up dream work. If you want to do dream work, back to one of my critical points, Neptune going direct, this is one of the things the fog and the haze has cleared over the last 5 months from January 30th, 2023. When Neptune first went retrograde, I went through a lot to realize I am the dream expert. Through so many freaking realities, I'm the dream expert. I know how to interpret dreams. And it's through connecting and doing teamwork with my people, my members, they start talking about their dreams, and it reminded me at this final part when we went retrograde and direct, I'm like, yo, P, put that service up there. Put that service up on your website. Why? Because I truly believe in it. I can market anything I believe in because I believe in it. At this level right here, like, indisputable, I know that I know what I'm talking about. And I do this on a regular basis. Make it a service. And I knew this from years ago, but this is one of my big fears, to go ahead and do it. Like, oh, I don't have any formal training, and actually I did have a dream mentor, and there's some blah, I'm not going into that. So now the false self does use this manipulative energy of Sagittarius in a way where the greed takes over. I'm just going to be flat out, and this is a part of the quincunxing energy between Taurus and Sagittarius. I'm not saying that it's quincunxing on this moon, because I don't know that, and actually I know that is not for sure, because Jupiter's at like 6 degrees. So, but in general, the two energies do quincunx. So separate from that, now what happens is with this channel surrender, you realize that whether somebody registers for my 8-week Sacred Innovator reality or not, that I'm not failing, right? It's like really Sagittarius going through this deep dark soul, because the winter solstice, Sagittarius season, is in a time frame where things are on pause. So it's like going into this deep ditch, aka Scorpio, and Sag is in this ditch. You feel me? Where it's getting clear on, before I move forward and take action, which the god Apam, okay, Apam or Apis, is about initiating victory. This whole Nakshatra in Sagittarius is Purva Ashadha, is about initiating a victory. And in order to initiate the victory, you have to get clear on what are all the resources that I have, which the last quarter moon in Virgo was helping us with. And as you get clear on that, your enthusiasm is essentially what charges you and makes you, Ashadha translates to unstoppable. It's what makes you unstoppable. Everybody knows Sagittarius is been unstoppable. Like, let's be real. Sagittarius is absolutely unstoppable. It's godly, okay? You're half God, half human, and you rock the earth, okay? Scorpio is at that stage where it's afraid of people leaving. It's afraid of rejection. It's afraid of what is so pure about it not being received well as a feminine energy, received well. But Sag is like, look, I don't have these same fears. And I have two divine feminines, Cancer and Pisces, with me in Jupiter that are very gentle, delicate, and, helps me be receptive to, this is what I truly feel inspired and enthusiastic by. That's why I feel unstoppable. Now, the last thing I'll say is when Sag is at this bottom of the ditch and it gets clear and it collects all its resources, gaining all of what you have as for a diverse sense of skill sets, people in your community or your tribe that can all support. This is all about connecting with others. Allows you to get that focal point as the arrow Sagittarius transcends any and all boundaries, where even if it seems like you fail, the Sag is optimistic within. It's like, I didn't fail. I've learned and experienced what I need to experience in order to transcend this current boundary that exists, that doesn't even exist, because it was always in the mind. And Sag is I see, so it sees right through that. You feel me? So really, this is what I have for you. Okay, do I have anything else? The last thing I'll say is that water, the river. Okay, many people in a community, animals and people in a community always connect, tribe, and vibe next to a source of water, like a river. All civilizations built up by that. That's why this is not really about fire. It's not about a fire approach. It's about the watery approach, about the feminine approach on this Sag, which is, again, being receptive to everything that you have. That is very, very important. These are my 5 critical things. To highlight what they were, understand what Mercury Retrograde was teaching us and is going to teach us as our mind starts to introspect. Understand that Neptune is now officially direct, so all the haze about your deepest and most irrational fears are completely over, right? One of mine in my membership, I started implementing meditation. I started implementing breath work. I started doing, Ujjayi breathing, different things that I do for myself as a part of my introspective spiritual practices in the morning and the night after I have long days with clients when I'm like, oh, my mind is scrambled, to get myself back centered and find my inner peace and my inner harmony, right? But sharing this with the members, I'm like, I started this a year ago, and I let one member who's not even a member anymore kind of stray me away from this. And this was somebody that didn't smell good, but I didn't have that sense developed so well yet. And that's gene key 44, a biological weapon, defense and offensive weapon that we have to understand, this person doesn't smell good. Not only did it smell good, I knew that, but I didn't trust it. And that's where our intuitive intelligence coming through a Neptune Direct, or where you can go to my website if you know your dreams. If you store them for at least 3 to 5 days, and then come to me, because when you write them down, I want you to draw, then come get my dream reading from me. Before that, don't. But that's just number 2. Mercury retrograde, number 1. Number 2, Neptune going direct. Number 3, the last quarter moon in Virgo, giving you an assessment of all the details, the data, the skills, the assets, what makes you feel bright, what makes you feel sensual and brilliant on the inside, where you no longer buy the external, right? At some points, I bought the external and I had to come back into the internal. So that's the 3, and that's the Chitra Nakshatra, all right, in Virgo. And then now 4, we have the channel of surrender, which is, again, gene key 26 and gene key 44. They are making a connection from the spleen, and the spleen is about what people are healthy for us. And again, biologically, we can now smell this if you develop that, or kick that smell out and don't smell it, and then now connect to the heart. So the heart connects to the right people. And when you have people connecting from the heart space with this watery atmosphere from my critical key number 5 on the Sagittarius new moon, now this is the Purva Ashadha. This is where people commune by the river equating to water, and that water equating to really knowing that you're here to initiate a victory, to be unstoppable. What makes you unstoppable is your enthusiasm and your optimism. People get on board with that. And that's when you come back to that number 4 point with this channel surrender, and you do sell your products. You do sign up with the people who say that they can get you what they can get you. If you believe that, if you feel their heart frequency align with your heart frequency, sign up for the 8-week Sacred Innovators reality. I'm telling you to do it. If you want to be an entrepreneur full time, I will give you the game plan. I will give you the map. Part of my Neptune going direct, which was my point number 2, was me realizing, oh my God, I'm going on 7 years, and I officially really do know what I'm doing. Like, I'm doing it, and I've been doing it. Even when fear came up, I realized, yo, P, this is irrational. Like, look at each year. How much worse have you been in as for positions? And look what you've been able to do. Look at what you've been able to do. Look at what you've been able to do. Look at the evidence. And that's where the last moon in Virgo, my 3rd point, was about, the critical key point. The evidence shows. The evidence is what it is. You feel me? I know I'm really hyped up on this message, but I want to say thank you. I actually have a meeting, so I do need to go now. And I'm up out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, hit the like, subscribe button. Register for the 8-week Sacred Innovators reality. It's free to register. It will really help me out. I'm being honest. I'm being sincere. Like, it will help us out. Even if you decide you're not going to come, but you're interested and you end up not being able to come, fill out that form. I will be greatly appreciative of this. It will help me understand what are your needs, what are your fears, where are you currently in your entrepreneurial business, so how I can take you from where you are and transcend that current superficial ass boundary that's just stuck in the head, just like it was for me. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being here. I do got to go. Water. Remember that this is not a fiery moon. The enthusiasm is being met by the water, the river, where the community, the tribe, water equating to receptivity, nurturing, compassion, a gentle disposition, as well as connection. Connect with the right tribe. I see you. I love you all soon. We have memberships if that's for you. We have other options. Check out my website. It's been completely revamped and it's not done yet. I got to make my improvements, which is the last quarter moon accent. Improve, 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 not perfect, perfect, perfect. I love you. I'll see you soon.